Kamal Baheti, the CFO of the company. Hi, Mr. Baheti. So there are various reports that suggest that, in fact, exports have been moving higher in the domestic market. Could you confirm that, first of all, sir? Could you tell us, is that the sense you're getting on the ground? Are you exporting more? And also, you could give us a sense in terms of pricing. Have prices moved up in the past few auctions?
See, Nigel, frankly, the numbers which has been reported in the newspapers recently were the numbers for 2015-16, which had shown the record exports which has happened out of India. And we had that feeling in 2015-16 that the exports are increasing. In 2016-17, which is the financial year ending on March 2017, the exports are likely to be little subdued because Kenya had a highest ever crop in 2016. So current numbers are little more subdued than what had been there in the previous year. But what is more significant going forward is that Kenyan prices in the last 5-6 auctions has gone up by 25-30%. We in India is actually taking our coming to the new season only in the month of March. So our expectation is that in the new season, as we get into, not only the prices will be higher, since Kenya is reporting a little dry, whether the exports would go back to the new levels. So 2017-18 looks much more promising. 2015-16 had been good. I think 16-17 will be a little bit of subdued.
Okay. When you say FY17 exports will be lower than the 230 million kg that we saw in FY16 on account of a better crop from Kenya, could you give us numbers? What are FY17 exports going to look like, and what would McLeod Russell's share in that be? Has there been an increase for you?
No, in fact, in 2015-16, we did around 17-18 million kilograms of exports.
Okay.
This year, we are expecting it to be around 14 million. So there will be 3-4 million lower than what it has been there in the previous year. We expect, in fact, the numbers are not out, but we expect that the overall exports for 2016-17 may be around 15-20 million lower than what it has been there last year because of the higher crop which has been there in Kenya. As I said, that 2017-18 looks much more promising looking at the current crop and the price situation in Kenya.
All right, then, Mr. Baheti, then for FY18, what could your export number be? You're saying you did around 17 million last year, 17-18 million. This year it's around 14 million. So for 18, if it's going to look promising, then what should your target be? And also, could you tell us where exactly are you exporting? I believe your exports are around 40% of your revenues.
Yeah, if I really go by the total Indian exports, we produce our own crop of around 65 million. We on an average did export around 17-18 million other than this year. Our target next year is 20 million, and it looks like that we'll be in the range of around 18 to 20 million for the next year. So that will help. But on the other side, we have got around 30 million kilograms being produced in Uganda, Rwanda, and Vietnam, which completely export. So the biggest beneficiary will be the overseas operations. Indian operation to the extent of 4-5 million may be there in the next financial year if the trend in Kenya continues in the current level.
Mr. Baheti, just to come back to the company's exports in FY17, where you're saying it's lower at 14 million kg versus 17 to 18 million kg in the prior year. Is that going to affect the company's financial performance in FY17? Will the growth numbers look lower? And what will the growth numbers look then?
Yeah, in fact, 2016-17 is a tough year for tea. The tea prices are lower. Lower exports means the overall averages will be lower on prices because exports are being sold at least 30-40 rupees higher than the domestic average prices. So it will have an impact on the prices. In fact, if I have to really summarize 2016-17, it has been the year where the crop recovery has been good for us. The cost has increased because of the wage increase. But the one factor which has been negative for this year has been the prices. The only way now this company to really improve looks like the prices has to go up. And going by the current trends, particularly in the overseas market, looks like that after 3 years of lull in the tea prices, 2017-18 can be a different year on prices. But this will be more confirmed when we open prices for the new season teas in the month of March and April.
All right, Mr. Baheti, then on that optimistic note, we'll let you go. Hope, as you're stating, hope the next year is much better than the past year as well. But